Hey guys, Sean here. Today I'm going to break down the first gun round ASTRALIS used at the last major on Cash versus SK Gaming. They used their utility perfectly this round in my opinion and do an excellent job of gaining map control. So I wanted to show you guys how they did it. So let's hop into the game right now. Okay guys, so let's take a look at the mid control alone right now and the utility that they use. So basically because SK doesn't smoke lower mid early round, Glaive realizes this, and they kind of know at that point as Ts that a CT isn't really going to push in this area right here. That would be a huge risk for a CT to make on the first gun round, especially after losing pistol. Um, so pretty much no one's going to be in that area, and you can see that when Device comes back to op mid, he has that in his mind. He's not worried about dying to that spot. Um, Now, what is possible is a guy getting boosted in the vents from the B-bomb site because of this early smoke right here. And ASTRALIS realizes that, and you'll see how they use their utility accordingly. So let's go ahead and watch it now. So here they are, kind of regrouping from that early B control into what is now a mid control. Device lower mid. See, he's kind of turning a blind eye to that right corner. And he's waiting for Glaive to throw this molly at white box, which is then going to be followed by a flash. So let's take it out. Take a look in the overview. So molly, flash, forces fallen off the angle a little bit. He's now holding an off angle to the right. Device has that white box angle. Fur's going to re-smoke lower mid, and KRB is going to get boosted. Then he's going to smoke Z. Sebek's is going to molly the vent, which is then going to force the CT in the vent to fall off, which I believe is cold Zero. Device takes out lower mid with his own smoke. Another flash goes towards highway to blind Fallen, forces him off, but just in case he's still there, Device is going to throw a molly highway. And when that molly pops, KRB is going to walk up, take the highway peek. Device making sure no one's still in the vent, comes back. Dupree comes back from B, and together now they're splitting on A. Flash for highway. Dupree tosses out a wide peek very quickly. KRB flashes, and with that flash, Device then takes the angle. Now the A split is fully on. Okay guys, so this time around, I'm going to watch the B extremity player on the strat, which is Dupree. So you can see he comes over here early round, and their plan was to basically force some kind of B control, but once they get early smoked off, they realize the CTs have no intention of being aggressive that round at the B bomb site. So Dupree then falls back towards mid until Device feels the need to come back, and now he's going to fall towards B. And you'll see he smokes off B, he mollies under vent. Right as that smoke fades, the CT smoke. So he's kind of pushing the CTs back into the site, and the reason why that's so important at this stage in the round is because once the CTs lose mid control, they're forced to almost cheat a guy towards the B bomb site because the A bomb site is much easier to retake on cash. So forcing that B control that late into the round after the CT's first smoke is gone, they kind of, if they do have two smokes at the B bomb site, they'll probably want to save it for the execute late round. So they're not going to re-smoke off B main in most cases, and Dupree knows that, and he's going to take this B main control right now, force the CTs back, and just be dead silent. Yeah, I believe he eventually gets spotted in a couple seconds, which further sells it. So he's just holding passively now after his smoke molly, and he's kind of lost B control, but by staying here, he's ensuring that the CTs get no info out of it. So the CTs see him, and what that's going to do is it's going to cause Fur to cheat a little bit towards B, like I mentioned earlier. So he's going to walk back towards mid, where we saw him earlier take mid control, and he's going to do that dead silently because he knows a guy could be under the vent. So here he is coming out mid, and you see Fur rotating all the way to B to throw a pop flash to clear B main. And this is horrible for SK right now, but it's something that he needed to do. They need to get info somewhere on the map, and that somewhere is B. So he came over towards B, but he's super out of the play now, and highway split is about to hit the A bomb site, where two operas remain, and they're going to get pinched very easily right now. So let's go back to watching Dupree at this point. He's already at highway. The B players are just now clearing the B bomb site. Fur's probably sprinting. Yep, he's sprinting up CT right now. Fallen's getting singled out. dupreeh knows to hug the left because Device is going to hold that angle. Gets mollied off, goes on the railing. And at this point, the round is virtually over. Okay, for this part of the video, guys, I'm going to go over Glaive's role in the round and how he uses his utility, since he's probably one of the last people that uses his utility in an interesting way. So it goes over towards V early round. If anyone were to drop under vents, they'd hear him run up the way he did. I'm sure he knows that. He then realizes lower mid isn't smoked, calls his players back to immediately start a mid default. And here he is lining up the highway Molotov we saw earlier, and then he's going to follow it up with that flash. So molly highway, flash over for Device to take the angle. Comes back to grab the bomb. He's going to boost KRV up, and then he's immediately going to fall over, and he's actually going to jiggle PK main. So kind of a risky play right there, in my opinion. And I think right here he actually kind of forgets the lineup, but gets it right there. And he's going to throw that second molly towards the A bomb site, followed with a flash over, which doesn't really do much, but it is a light flash that would blind anyone. He's going to exit out the door with Xyp9x, last with the bomb. Xyp9x is going to hook a hard left, clear out a main area, while Glaive enters towards the site. Okay, so now let's take a second to watch KRB. So early round KRB, this is the only presence of in the entire round at A main. So he's going to run up and basically molly it to stop any early pushes, and then fall back and hold the boost and lower mid. Okay, so now let's look at the same round through the A lurker's point of view, which is Xyp9x. So he goes early towards the door. He's going to hold very, very passively. Basically, if someone pushes the door, he's going to get a shot off on them. They're probably going to fall back, and he's going to basically maintain that map control at door. So he's going to wait here for a while for the push. After a while, he realizes nothing pushes. He's going to go up to the door, make a presence. And the reason why that's super important is because no one's going to want to late push the door if they know he's holding passively in there. So he wants to do just enough so that way no one wants to push. Okay, he could have easily fallen back, and they have no idea at this point. So he's going to hold super passively still, and he's going to molly the vents for his teammates. He's going to end up smoking over the A bomb site, which ends up going with Glaives, and both of them exit through the door. And the reason why both of them exit through the door is because they had no A main control the entire round. So knowing that, they're just doing a highway door pinch, which is really smart on their part. Also avoids any op in the A bomb site. And again, round is over. So some of the main takeaways from watching this round should be how ASTRALIS pushes back the B bomb site early round with 3 players, basically allowing themselves to have map control, not worry about getting flanked. And then their utility usage on mid, how good it is, and how little opportunity SK players would have to multi-frag them, even if they were playing in mid. So that's something really important to think about, is imagine SK playing any of the available areas in mid. Well, they can't play the vents because I got mollied out. They can't really play highway box because I got mollied out. Z is smoked away. I mean, almost all areas that SK could play in, they would get 1 frag and die tops. So that's something really important to think about. One of the last things is how they make presence at the A bomb site early, go dead silent, and the pathways they take late round to allow themselves trading off of each other, not dying if they were to go back into A main, and if Taco were to take A main control when he realized they were taking mid control. That's something that's very likely on Cash. When the T's take mid control, CTs respond by either getting aggro at B or getting A main control. Those are the 2 most common things. So knowing that, ASTRALIS actually backs out and ends up going through the door. Other than that, it's honestly just perfect peaks and movement from Device across the map, knowing when he has timings to take angles, and I believe this is something they practice tons and tons of times. I've seen them run similar strats to this. This is just by far the most organized they've been doing it. thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to sub for more content similar.